You kind of know the general kind of thing that happened between me and Hannah, but you don't really know the ins and outs and afterwards. And so I thought I'd explain a bit more. Basically, we went out that day, and we were originally going to meet this dude, Ian. He was really cool, and in the end, he said he couldn't make it. So me and my sister were like, "Hey, Mum, we're going to meet Ian." She was like, "Oh, here's some money. You can go and get McDonald's." So we thought, well, got McDonald's on, even if we're not meeting him. We're supposed to be meeting him today, but that's a different story. Anyway, point being, so we went to go to McDonald's. On the way back, we went and obviously had the cups because they got the deal on at the moment, which you probably noticed with the videos. They got that, if you buy a large meal, you get the drink cup thing. And we were like, yeah, we want one, so we got them. And so we took them home, and we couldn't get back in the house. We just left them outside behind our wheelie bin, like, we'll collect them tomorrow and everything, blah blah blah. We come back, but basically, as we were coming home, we saw Lauren, because it was me, Hannah, and her boyfriend Tim. And then across the road was my other sister Lauren, and she was with her boyfriend Ashley. Yes, it's a boy. And basically, he is a dick. He always has been. The last, like, I don't know, couple of weeks, he's been on webcam to Lauren every day at, like, night. And I walk in the room and it'll just be boring as hell. And they'll just be talking to each other. And then I'll walk in the room, like I said, and he'll just say something that's meant as a jab at me or some kind of taunting way. Then he'll call me and Hannah names when we're here. Lauren, on the other hand, will fight that for a little bit till she gets to the point where she realises he's not going to stop anyway, so she just shuts up and just laughs with him. And that annoys me because it's like, you're actually our sister, Lauren, you're supposed to be with us. But anyway, that's a different story as well. So they were over the road. Hannah was like, hey, I'm going to go see Ashley. So she went over there, and it was Hannah, Lauren and Ashley next to the moped, next to our youth club across the road. And we were sat, me and Tim were sat on the wall outside our house, outside my house, his house, no. And we just started talking. I was like, I don't really like that, Ashley. He's like, oh, why not? And I was like, oh, just, like speaking to him on webcam and things. And when I went to meet Hannah down the end of our road the other day, because there's a shop at the end of our road, we went to meet him down there, and he basically just gave me this dirty look and then started laughing with Lauren. Lauren didn't laugh, but he laughed to Lauren. And so he was like, oh, well, I didn't really like him either, because, like, I happened to be talking to, what was I going to say? He was talking to Hannah, and he saw this dude, obviously knowing that it was Lauren's boyfriend, so he said hi, friendly, just to make conversation, and the guy, he went, yeah, whatever, mate. And Tim was like, alright, I won't say hi next time, and so just left it. And me and Tim were just discussing, then Hannah came back over, sat on Tim's lap, and she was like, oh, what are you discussing? We were like, oh, we're just discussing boyfriends, and blah, 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 and because we were discussing Hannah's ex-boyfriend, which is Zach. Which again is a different story. Too many stories in one, And so we sat there, and Hannah just started giving me all this gyps, and you can't say that you hate Ashley, you don't even know him, blah 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 blah, as if I didn't already know all this. And I was like, Hannah, I wasn't saying I knew him, I was just saying that what happened was we didn't like him for different reasons, and we have our own opinions, and you have your opinion on him, and quite clearly she must think he's fit because she so loves him. Literally, like, she's like bumming him right now. And so we were just like, do you know what, have your opinion, whatever. And then she started saying something like, oh, well, blah blah blah, and she was like, oh, you wouldn't like it if it was your boyfriend I was making fun of. And I was just like, I haven't got a boyfriend, so beat that. And then yeah, could come back not. And just like basically downgrade yourself, cursed. And so I happened to be like, thinking, well, I don't, so and so she was all like, well, I wouldn't like it if you were making fun of me. And I went, yeah, but I don't make fun of you. And she was like, yeah, but people do. And I was like, and you think that I go to school, well, when I went to school, and you think I go to college completely name-free? Do you think people just look at me and go, hey, I know you, you're great? No, people look at me as some kind of strange weirdo sometimes, Everybody gets that. I mean, it's just part of life. If people don't stare at you, then you're just normal, which isn't even a thing, because normal doesn't exist. Anyway, she started getting all assy, like, oh yeah, but my life's so bad, and you make out your life so... I'm like, I don't make out my life's bad. I live in the same house as you. We have the same life, pretty much. And she was all like, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, do you know what, screw this is going to end badly. So I just walked in, I went, like, out of our wall and walked down our pathway into our house. And she came after me, and Lauren opened the door. I walked in. She kicked me, proper full force. Like, I fell in the door, pretty much. And if you know me, one tiny thing can get me angry, but that, whew, sent me over the edge. You should have seen me, man. I just, like, turned, and I just, like, charged. Like, she almost shut the door in my face, so I charged after her. And, basically, long story short, I ended up wrestling with her. I kind of pushed her backwards, and she was walking backwards as I was going towards her anyway. And I pushed her. She landed over our little miniature wall thing we were sat on. It's only, like, literally knee height. She fell over that backwards. I kind of landed hanging over the wall, and I just kept punching her in the arm like, you're a dick, I hate you. And she got up, ran upstairs. Bearing in mind, obviously, you know, I had surgery on my right knee. You know that I have osteoarthritis on my left knee. So bearing in mind, I had dodgy knees anyway. And now I got this massive graze down it because I, like, fell over the wall. Proper, like, bruised my rib and proper heart. And ended up having, like, a finger that I swear was broken, but it's all come down now, so it's all good. But it's like, she's making out like I was, like, some maniac crazy girl, and I was just like, no. And then, like, we come in, and we come upstairs, and I goes, Hannah, just shut up. And my mum was like, what is going on? Like, proper shouting at us. And long story short, I went, basically, I don't like the way I look, and Hannah thinks that it's fine that she can go around being this amazing girl who's thin, good looking, pretty, got a boyfriend, so everybody else can go to hell, in other words. And in her words, just like, oh yeah, but you never put enough effort in, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, thanks so much for showing how much you care, you know, I love you too. And then, so I come upstairs after that argument thing ended, and my mum said, just go away. And I was like, just leave me alone, I don't want to talk about it, I don't like myself, point being. And I stormed up the stairs, sat down on my sister's bed, and was just sat there for like 10 minutes. My mum comes upstairs, and then she starts talking. And if you know my mum, you know that she's kind of cool like this in a way, but kind of annoying at the same time. Of course, you don't know my mum, so that doesn't really make a difference. And she was all like, well, it's kind of one of those awkward moments, because she come up and she was like, what don't you like about yourself? And I was like, do we have to get into this? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, let me start from one. Everything. Does that cover everything? I think it does. Yeah. Point being, now we can end it. And she was like, I was like, no, what do you want to do to change? And she started reeling off all these things that I could change. Like, you shouldn't wear your jeans all the time. You shouldn't wear all your band tops. Maybe you should try a few colours. And I'm like, you're basically saying it's my choice to change, but you're telling me to change. Does anyone see a contradiction here? Because I sure as hell do. And then, like, I just felt like I just sat there, like, bawling my eyes out, which I haven't done for so long. It was amazing how I managed not to cry half the time, you know? I'm a very soppy knob now. Oh well. And I was just sat there, like, proper crying, because, like, sometimes things just build up, you know? And finally, I just told someone. I mean, I don't know how, my mum didn't know. She was like, you haven't been happy for the last 4 weeks. I was like, I felt like going, well, 4 weeks? You think I've hated this for 4 weeks? You don't know me. I've hated this since I was born. I have never liked the way I looked. You don't even know me. Like, in my head, I was just shouting this, like, God, Mum, I hate this. You don't even know me, and I've hated this since day one. And she's just like, these 4 weeks, I've noticed changes. And I'm like, suck out, because you don't even know me. Like, none of my family know me. They all think I'm some crazy easy girl to understand. I'm getting kind of, like, outraged now. You're probably laughing at this, and I really, really think it's funny, but they don't even know me. I mean, do they really know me? No, they don't. And I mean, you know me more, which is weird, because if you're somebody who doesn't know me and you're watching this, you're probably thinking, what the heck? But still, that was meant as a comment to Steph. Yes, I said your name in this video. So yeah, so it's all cool. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so that's kind of the end of the discussion. 9 minutes and 3 seconds it took me to explain that story. Damn, if you watched it to the end, which I'm sure you did. But anyway, cool.